What's up, YouTube? It's me, the artisanmc, on the afternoon speakeasy. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. What up, AB? What up? I'm listening. I see you in here. I see you. I'm listening. I see you. King Paris, the Beano Nation. What's good to the Beano Nation? Always. D Remedy, what's up? He got the cure for you. Women. Only women. Women got the cure. Got the cure for you. And AB Media. Okay, so booze and billions. Booze versus billions. So I wasn't going to speak on this necessarily, but I thought it would be interesting since I have a unique insight. And the story was going around today or yesterday and today about Elon Musk showing up to the Dave Chappelle concert, or Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle concert in San Francisco. Well, I happened to be at that show, right? And was surprised that, Elon Musk was at the show and came on stage, right? Now, I heard people talking about it the next day, and people were all shocked about he was there. What was he doing there? Why was he there? Nobody paid to see his ass and all the rest of this shit, right? And then shout out to the brothers on Double Toasted, Corey and crew. Corey and Oz was going in. Elon being there, and I understand their point of view, but I wanted to give mine just because I was actually fucking there, right? So I thought it just needed to be said, right? At least from my perspective. Now, one of the things I think is getting overshadowed in this whole thing is that the show that Chris Rock and Dave put on was awesome. It was an awesome show. It was fun. I laughed all the way through that show. Like I said, the only time I was not laughing, that I was actually pissed off, was when Black Star was on stage and their mics was too goddamn high. That was the only time I wasn't laughing. I was actually irritated because they sound man need to have his fucking fingers cut off or something. And I say that euphemistically, not literally, because you got to say that to dumb people, right? Because Talib's mic had too much damn treble in it. And he kept wanting this mic turned up, and they kept turning up the treble. I'm like, stop fucking with the treble, dude. That's garbage. Fucking up the whole hearing situation in this room. That's why the whole the whole venue was quiet. You had the Chase Center, 17,000 people in there, quiet as fuck while some rappers up there spitting, because you killing them and deafening them with the damn noise coming out the mic. But beyond that, everybody else killed it. Opening act, Rick Ingram, white dude, killed it. Right in the beginning, killed it. He did 15 hot minutes. Nobody paid to see his ass. He killed it. He showed up and showed out. What you gonna do about it? Donnell Rawlings, Ashy Larry, yeah, he showed up. He was there. He killed it. So his 15-minute set. Chris Rock came out, killed it he was on for like an hour. Chris was on, I'm serious. Chris was on for like an hour and some change. And he was killing it. All the way through. And one of the main points that he was hitting on was and is why these people was booing Elon Musk at the end of the show. Now, mind you, Dave came up and did his set. He did kind of a quick set, but he kind of said what it was in the show, that, they got curfew on the building, so they got to get the fuck out of the building. They got to wrap this shit up and get the hell out of here, right? Okay, cool. No worries. Now, seeing the two of them, two of the greatest living comedians right now, right? Two of the greatest living comedians right now, putting on a show. It was awesome. Seeing them live, I watched every one of their specials. Been watching Chris Rock since he was got into comedy at 18. Been watching him forever. It's the first time I seen him live. Same thing with Dave Chappelle. Now, Elon coming out was only at the end of the show. It was after he did his whole set. And it wasn't anything, miraculous or anything like that. It was just surprising to see him there. Now, why was everybody surprised to see Elon Musk there? Motherfucker, the show is in San Francisco. 20 minutes away from Silicon Valley. Dude, half the audience, I tell you this, and this was smart the way they did the show. The venue was not done like the traditional venue. It wasn't everybody at one end of the auditorium, of the venue, and the stage at the other end. No. They did print style, right? And I call it print style because that's the first time I've seen that shit done. They set their stage up. Fuck out the way, idiot. They set their stage up in the middle of the court. Half court, that's where the stage was set up. That means you sit all the way around the stage. Everybody else sits around the stage, right? So everybody basically got a good seat. Everybody has a good seat. Now, on the floor around the stage at the half court line, it was 6 sections, would say about 200 seats in each. You know how much those tickets were going for to sit in that area? I do. Them was $1,000 seats. A piece. A piece-key. $1,000-something seats. 1,500 on up. You know how I know? Because I look when I bought my goddamn tickets. Expensive as shit, right? Now, you know what was funny? And I was talking about this while I was at the show with my date, right? It'll be interesting to see who fills up that section. It would be. It would be really interesting to see who fills up that section and see how many black folks down there. And there was very few. You know who did fill up that section? People who own construction companies, fire chiefs, some game developer that made NBA 2K, some goofy looking trash bag ass dude with a beard and glasses with an ugly chick with him that work in tech too. A bunch of people that's pretty well off, making a lot of damn money. So much money, in fact, they could bring a 14-year-old boy to sit front row at a Dave Chappelle show with all the dick and masturbation and strip club jokes. Yeah, that's who's sitting in the front row of the comedy show. Now, the show was tame and calm all the way up until Dave came on. And Dave came on last. There wasn't no bullshit. There wasn't anything. The only thing they had a problem with is 15 people got ejected before the show started because they wouldn't put their goddamn phones in the secure bag so you can record the show. That's a no-no. It say it all over the place. You couldn't get into the venue without putting your phone in a little bag, it being clipped shut like you hanging some clothes up on the line in a department store, and you carry the bag with you. But you don't get to bust out your cell phone and start recording shit. You know who was recording? The motherfuckers in the cheap seats. You know who was booing? The motherfuckers in the cheap seats. Nosebleed sections. Now, the show was calm until Dave came out. And it's not that Dave said anything reactionary. It wasn't that. He did his bit. He did his bit. But what it was is people had been drinking so long at that point. I had a couple of drinks. I had a couple of Moscow Mules sitting in that bitch. I was feeling good. Some people have been drinking harder than that and smoking. Dave come on, motherfuckers start getting loud. Now people want to start heckling and shit like that. like anybody paid to hear they bitch asses. I didn't pay this much money to come here to hear your goofy ass sitting in the stands near me trying to make funny. No, nigga. You wait for open mic night to be funny from the stands. No, I wasn't there for that. Toya said she just had Jack and Ginger for lunch. It's funny. I had Absolute and Ginger in my mule the other day. So that's it is what it is. And yeah, Beastly, how the 14-year-old boy get into the show? His daddy. His daddy was sitting right there next to him and paid money for that shit to be front row. Now, once it's getting towards the end of the show, now you got people acting stupid, right? And during the show, on the front row, in the first 3 rows, section 6, in the first 3 rows, while Dave Chappelle is on, what happens? What sparks off? Some goofy motherfuckers get into a fight on the front row. Row 3 and row 1. Are you fucking shitting me? In $1,000 seats. You gonna throw a beer on a bitch in the front row? For what? While Dave is on doing his set. The fuck is wrong with you? That kind of got the crowd into that mode. Okay? That kind of got them into that mode. Now, the person that threw the beer on the chick sitting on the front row, oh yeah, he got ejected quick. They snatched his ass up like he hit a president. And he was out of there. SFPD was on him. Looked like fleas. They was on his shit. And Dave had to stop the show to address that shit, to get people to calm the fuck down, stop acting stupid, use your brain. And paid all this money to be out here acting goofy. Apparently, some people did, even on the front row. And mind you, there wasn't a bunch of old folks sitting up there that damn close. Now, Dave keep going on with his show. And at a point during the show, when he finished his set, was thanking everybody for coming out and spending this time and having a good time, he invited out a guest that was in the back, probably back in the green room where he was before he came out on fucking stage. Now, it's not a surprise to me that anybody was backstage. If you ever understand a live show in areas where a lot of stars and stuff like that live, they show up to the show. They go to the shows. I'm there. I'm looking to see E40 or Ice Cube or somebody else at the show. That's what I'm looking to see. Because just the day before, Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock was at the Warriors game in Frisco. Sitting front row of the Warriors game the day before. And the day before was Too Short's street naming in Oakland. So it's some stars in town. Cube was in town. He was at the shit. So there's some stars in town. I'm not surprised that anybody was there. It's not a big deal, right? Now, when he first said, can my guests come out? The guests didn't show up. Nobody knew who the fuck was coming out. And mind you, coming to the stage, you walk from the back, like the teams, through the crowd, on the floor seats, and up to the stage that's in center court. Nobody knew who was coming the fuck up there. When Elon stepped on the stage, Dave Chappelle introduced him before he stepped onto the stage as the richest man in the world, Elon Musk. And he stepped on the fucking stage. And everybody up in the seats above me, in the cheap seats, started booing. And people was clapping. People were clapping, and then the people upstairs was booing. Why the fuck are you booing this man? That was my question. Why the fuck is you booing him? For what? What did he do to you? And I thought it, which probably everybody else at the same time too. But Dave Chappelle said it. Listening to this shit, like, these are the people you fired from Twitter. Shut the fuck up. What do you got against this dude? Really? What? That he got more money than you? And this is the point that makes it sound so fucking stupid to me. You know the motherfucker sitting close to the stage? The chick with the bad plastic surgery, the little Latino dude draped in all his red and shit like that? Acting wild, the motherfuckers that was throwing the beer on the chick on the front row? You know all of them? They got more money than you too. You wasn't booing they bitch asses. You got dudes up here that looked like they was on the fence or didn't know. Could have been some of anything sitting up there. But you booing this dude. For what? Because he on Twitter? So fucking what? Look, man, this is the part, this is what I'm getting to on this part. Y'all let y'all politics go way too goddamn far. I don't give a fuck about Elon Musk if he Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, Green Party. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care if he owns Twitter. I told y'all before, I don't even like fucking Twitter because of all that goofy shit that go on there. Most arguments, most political discourse, most geek discourse starts on fucking Twitter. As far as I'm concerned, it's a goddamn cesspool full of whiny bitch ass people. And what did he do? Apparently he thought so too. Only difference is he got active about making sure it wasn't that anymore. He went and bought that shit and started cleaning house. And all he did was start exposing the shit that everybody else was saying the whole time. These motherfuckers full of these kind of people, and they just silencing people that don't think the same way they do. Then what did he do? He bought the shit and proved it to you. That's all he did. And now you mad at him. Now you mad at him. Look, half of the motherfuckers that was in that theater, that was sitting down there around that stage, if they even bothered to fucking boo, if they even bothered to boo, they drove home in a fucking Tesla. They did. And half the people who was complaining on fucking Twitter. Shut the fuck up. Sound ridiculous. Now, I thought of it this way. This is the way I think about shit. And then I'm going to order my food, so y'all going to have to hold on a second. But let me order my food real quick first, because I'm still on lunch. So I got to get this off. 1 second. Got to get me some Popeyes. I need me some chicken. Need some Tuesday chicken, man. Anyway, here's my point on the whole thing with him showing up. How many times do you get to be in a room with a billionaire and have him talk to you for free? You tell me. How many times? I can tell you this, the first time I've been in a room with a billionaire, as far as I know. And you know what he came out there wearing? It wasn't a bunch of gold chains and shit. Pair of jeans, a fucking t-shirt, and some boots. Basic and regular as fuck. I might have wanted to hear what he had to say to 17,000 people. I might have wanted to hear that shit. But these goofballs up in the rafters want to just have a good time yelling at somebody because they rich. I don't shit on rich people. You know why? They probably wouldn't give a fuck about me either. I don't. They got different problems. More money, more problems. And as a billionaire, the richest person in the world that day, Because they couldn't wait until the next day and say, he's not the richest person anymore. Somebody else passed him by $1 billion. Oh, so he's supposed to be hurt that his $168 billion went down to 167 because somebody made $1 billion more than him. His feelings supposed to be hurt about that shit. Shut the fuck up. He can still bury your ass with a checkbook. Now, I think Elon is goofy. I do think he's goofy. I know somebody who actually has to spend time in a room with him, has to give him reports and freak out about the shit. Friend of mine, good one. And I told her, look, if you don't want to go someday, let me go. Because that's the kind of person you want to spend 10 minutes in a room with. That's the kind of person you want to spend 10 minutes in a room with. Fuck your friend who don't know shit. Fuck the dude that half-ass read a book or half-ass watched a movie. Fuck them. If I can get 10 minutes in a room with this billionaire motherfucker, that time is valuable. That's some valuable shit. And these motherfuckers wasted it on booze. Fuck y'all. I'm pissed off. I wanted to hear what he had to say. Because I can tell you this, the motherfucker would never be in the room with me for shit that I can think of. And if I had time and the motherfucker was spending his time to be there, nigga, let me catch some words. Let me catch some inspiration or something. I told y'all what I did about the shop. I got to have a 3-minute conversation with Todd McFarlane. It inspired me to buy a whole comic store. Stupid ass. 1 second, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, support my Popeyes habit if you feel so inclined. I'm on lunch, man. It's Tuesday. It's chicken day. It's Tuesday. See, D Remedy thinking like me. Like, dude, that's valuable time. You got to soak that up. Anybody else want to know what he ordered? I could ask. Ask in the chat. I'll tell you. If I can tell you this, BTM might know. What did Toya say? Let me laugh at this shit. Anybody else want to know what he ordered? You got to mix the Cajun rice with the red beans and rice. I always get the wings combo myself. Okay. So, Toya, what's your nickname, sister? What's your nickname? Black Thighs Matter, right? BTM? Okay. Chicken thighs matter too. Legs and thighs. I likes me legs and thighs. I'm just saying. Legs and thighs with some mac and cheese and a root beer. Felt like having a root. Wings don't have enough meat on it for me. No, I need some legs and some thighs, my nigga. Want the whole meat. All of it. Yep, what you say? You be getting them thighs. Goddamn right I do. Thighs, and if I'm making chicken at home myself, I'm getting thighs and breasts. I like to say parts on women too. Hey, it is what it is. And I need my mac and cheese. Look, man, I don't like mac and cheese. But at Popeyes, you got to switch off. Sometimes you got to get the red beans and rice or the dirty rice. Sometimes you got to get some mac and cheese. I felt like mac and cheese today. She said, "Woo, it's hot in here. You want me to make it hotter? I bite the thighs the same way. Women's and the Popeyes. Savor that shit with the lips." Let me quit and get this fucking sun out you guys' eyes. 1 second. So, the point for me was this. Elon is there. He's on the stage. And one of the things I was thinking with the people all booing and shit like that is like, look, dude, if this was a wrestling match, that motherfucker would have been the king of that match. That would have been WrestleMania. Why? Because he drew so much heat. He drew so much heat just stepping out there on the stage. He didn't really have to say shit. But I did want him to say something. I did want to hear something that he had to say. Right? I'm like, look, if Vince McMahon was in that theater, excuse me, not even theater. I don't know why I keep calling it a theater. If Vince McMahon was in that Coliseum at that venue, Vince McMahon would have been, yes, yes, boom, boom. Because, you know, that's money. That's heat right there. You can't pay for that. Everybody thinking that he should be ashamed that, 17,000 people booed him. Shut the fuck up. Look, man, do you think, as weird as you might think Elon Musk is, which most of us do, he might be on the spectrum somewhere, right? You know that. I think he said as much. As weird as you think he might be, you think that's the first time he had ever had somebody fucking boo him or say something foul to him? Not like him? Look, this is just my understanding of what it will possibly have to be a billionaire. And I just take myself. I'm a pretty normal fucking dude. And most people who know me personally will tell you, I piss off 3 people a day being nice. Not even trying. I can piss off 3 people a day. Just average. That's just what it is. 3 people is going to be pissed off today. I probably met 2 of them already. But 3 people is going to be pissed off today just with me being nice. Do you think if I had $1 billion, it'd be any fucking different? Oh, all these people mad at you. Don't you feel terrible about yourself? No. Why would I? I don't think there's a billionaire in the U.S. who give a fuck what you think and if you booing them. You wouldn't get to being a billionaire if you cared if people liked you or not. That's the point. It's not a goddamn popularity contest. It's not. That's why everybody in their fucking feelings about Twitter. Which was one of the main points that Chris Rock made in his set. One of the main points he made in his set. What was it? It was that as Americans, we are too addicted to attention. Too focused on the likes and retweets. Doing all this goofy shit for likes and retweets. And he was proven right. Not 45 minutes later, when Elon Musk stepped onto that stage and all them fucking people started booing. It wasn't the whole stadium, and you know that, right? It wasn't. It was a section of the stadium. Because I wasn't booing, and the people in my row wasn't booing. These drunk motherfuckers over here was booing. The people down in front of me wasn't booing. So who was? I wanted to hear what the motherfucker had to say. And he did say something, which was funny as hell to me. It was worth it to me. The funny thing about Americans, and being a stand-up comic, you can realize this. There's only a few things that everybody can get on board with and show some unity in. And that also points back to Chris Rock's joke from his set about which country you thought was more unified, the US or the Ukraine. The Ukraine. They're more unified right now. You know why? Because they had war. They know who their fucking enemy is. And they ain't mincing words about what your political party is right now. They don't give a fuck. They got bigger goddamn concerns. Over here, we bitching about a billionaire and the internet and Twitter and who get to speak and who don't get to speak and what his political affiliation is and what he had to say about this other group and what he didn't like. And I don't like that he doesn't like that. You don't get out your fucking fifis. Look, man, I live in the really real world. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a regular ass dude. You see me. I'm at working a regular ass goddamn job, talking on some regular ass YouTube about some regular ass shit. I don't give a fuck who don't like my opinion. And I ain't gotta like theirs. And you can't make me like it. I don't have to like everybody in this bitch. On this planet. I don't. That's my right. I'm a human being. I can choose to like you or not like you. And you know what? It don't take anything away from you living your life at all. Nothing. Elon Musk being a billionaire ain't take a dime out of my pocket. You know why? I don't own a fucking Tesla and I'm never on Twitter. Ain't making no difference in my paycheck at all. I don't even own any of his stock, but I might buy some if I can afford it. Just because I heard it dipped a little bit. You know what the other thing is on the flip side of that? I know Elon Musk will never know my ass. And don't give a fuck if I like him or don't like him. It's not making a difference in his paycheck either. It's not making a difference to where his mind is working and what he's thinking about for the rest of the fucking world. None. That motherfucker putting rockets into space. I'm impressed by that shit. What have the rest of y'all done lately? What are the rest of the motherfuckers that was drunk and booing doing today? Working their job and being bad at it? Doing anything to change or better the world in any kind of way? Shining the truth on anything and making sure people have the right to say what the fuck they want to, even if it's saying nigga on the internet. What he's supposed to do? He's supposed to be sensitive about the shit? Oh, he said the N-word. Really? You saying that shit in the era of hip hop? Global hip hop? This is how ridiculous this is. Short story. Really short story. Somebody said something about Elon not taking any interest in people on Twitter saying nigga. Now, in San Francisco, I've had the pleasure of listening to Asian children talking to each other on a muni bus, calling each other nigga. And you worried about somebody saying it on Twitter? Go fuck yourself. Have you ever been on a video game? Them little motherfuckers can't wait to get that shit off. I'm from liberal California, the Bay Area. I've told y'all before. I'd rather a motherfucker standing up front and saying it than smiling in my face and saying it behind my back. I prefer my shit up front. At least I know who the fuck I'm dealing with then. Instead of these people, that's so terrible. dumb nigga. Shut up. There are bigger problems. You know what I know about a motherfucker saying nigga on the internet under an avatar? They pussy. You know why? Because they ain't walking out in the street and saying that shit to nobody. That's why they saying it on the internet. Talked about this many a time. What is the internet good for? Anonymity and people getting off their sociopathic fucking tendencies online under an avatar where nobody can reach out and grab their fucking ass. The fuck did you say to me? That's why they do it. Fuck it. Let them get it off. Let them do it. Say all that hateful shit you just been holding in for so long so you can find out nobody give a fuck about that either. You ain't hurt nobody's feelings by saying. Because best believe you can say all that shit. And I can say some really choice shit that will crush your fucking soul. Say it. I don't give a fuck. I can't. You know why? For one, I do believe in people having freedom of speech. But just like Ice-T said, there is freedom of speech. So watch what you say. Because you're going to pay for it. I also understand you don't have the right not to be offended. You don't. You're going to be offended. If you live in the real world, you're going to be offended. That's what freedom of speech is good for, offending your bitch ass. So if you need your ears wrapped in cotton and swaddled because you can't hear harsh words and not know that people don't like somebody, then you need to stay your ass in the house and unplug your computer and break your cell phone. Try that shit. Then you don't have to hear a goddamn thing. Yeah, Aquatechy. Xbox, any chat lobby, Modern Warfare, notorious for that shit. Get people in their feelings all the time. Angry Man has talked about this several times. The words that trigger black folks. Oh, they said nigga. Oh my God. It'd be the next one calling everybody else around them nigga. Sounds really hypocritical. Look, if you want to be that sensitive about it, then don't use it yourself. Because best believe on that one, white folks kind of follow black folks' lead. Now, I have 15 minutes left. I do want to eat some of my chicken. I do want to eat on my thighs. I'm not going to do it on camera because Toya will get off on that shit. But this is the last part I'll get to on that. I don't think Elon gave a fuck about the people booing him. Because I know if I had $1 billion fucking dollars and I was standing up there as the richest man in the world, I wouldn't give a fuck about y'all booing me either. Suck a dick. I got enough money to put one in each one of y'all mouth right now. So shut up. Go boo that motherfucker that you employ with. Or go boo that motherfucker who was it? Jack Dorsey? Go boo his ass for hiding all those people he didn't agree with. Because I said this shit before. I don't like having these political conversations because I'm an independent. I'm very independent. I don't give a fuck about what people got to say. Let them say it. You got the right to fly your flag as high as you want to. And if your flag is saying, I hate black folks and all the rest of that, throw that motherfucker up there. At least I know where you at. So if we have any bullshit and there's ever a purge, I can pull out the Barrett 50 since Charles is in here and know where to make those shots land, motherfucker. I know who to watch. I don't like the subversive, sneaky motherfuckers. You know, the backwards baseball cap, Steph Curry jerseys and all that shit. And then hate niggas all day long. Yeah, them motherfuckers. I hate them. Charles, don't be bringing up old shit. Don't be bringing up old shit, Charles. I was just having a laugh about that shit today with Black Bang. Having a good goddamn giggle on that goofy shit. Anyway. Damn, I think I'm going to hell. I just spit in front of a church. But to finish off this little story, this little soliloquy on this, Elon Musk did get to say something. He did. And it was the funniest shit I had heard. It was a good way to leave the show laughing my ass off before I almost got into a fight on the way out. Now, while he was on the stage, there was a second altercation when they were trying to leave. And two people on the next riser up got into a fight at the show. And somebody was getting stuck with some good ones. Now, this is happening while Dave is on the stage, Elon is on the stage, Chris Rock has come onto the stage, Donnell Rollins has come onto the stage, Rick Ingram has come onto the stage. Mos Def and Talib Kweli have come onto the stage. And Dave is talking with the mic. And these goofballs over here in the maybe $500 seats get into a whole fist fight. Over what? Show's over. Guess it's time to take out their grudges, right? They skip booing the $1 billion man. Now they want to just fight with the nigga sitting next to him. That gives you the idea of where people's attitudes were. They just want to be into some shit. This the Bay Area. Motherfuckers can't live at night without a good ass whooping. It was a good night. We had a good time. We laughed and shit. I gotta fuck somebody up. I gotta have a fight, man. This ain't gonna be a good night if I can't go to jail or something. That's how I go down here out here. Now, Dave, since he has the mic and all this bullshit is taken away from him saying what he's saying, he look over and see what's happening, like, oh, it's a fight. And somebody has a good right cross. He just start giving play-by-play on the fight. It's kind of funny. Now, security, SFPD, jumped on them motherfuckers like, bats in the bat cave and swooped them the fuck out of there. Thank you very much. Continue, Dave. Yeah, can't take him anywhere. And it wasn't even black folks, Aquateki, trust me. Most of this audience wasn't black folks. These was Caucasians, Latinos, Arabs, Filipinos, all kinds of Asians. Yes, that was the crowd. It was black folks there because I was there. It was more than just me there. But it was a lot of other people there because that shit was too expensive. Right? Dave keep going on and he asks Donnell Rollins to say Dave Chappelle's catchphrase. But then he also asked Elon Musk is that you have to say Donnell Rollins' catchphrase, right? You have to say it after him. So what did he do? Donnell Rollins got up there and gave Dave Chappelle's thing. I'm rich, bitch! Everybody laughed. Chuckles all around. Well, what happened when Elon got the mic? What did you think he was going to say? The host of the show asked him to say it in front of everybody who was just booing him. And what do you think he said? I'm rich, bitch! I laughed my fucking ass off. It was funny as hell to me. Because he is. And it don't matter if you don't like it or not. He is. What you gonna do about it? Cry? Boo? Shut the fuck up. Go buy a t-shirt, take your ass home, and wake up and go to work in the morning. How about that? Thanks for coming out. Have a good evening. Shut the fuck up, dude. That shit was hilarious to me. It was absolutely hilarious. Because I didn't think he was going to say it. I didn't think he was going to say it. But he was. Now, I heard the other question asked, why was he there? Nobody paid to see him. No, I didn't pay to see Elon Musk. That was not on the ticket that I bought. You know who else wasn't on the ticket that I bought? Rick Ingram, Donnell Rollins, Mos Def, Talib Kweli. And I wasn't complaining about seeing them. They actually added something to the show. It was good. It was fun. Elon was just like another bonus. Like, oh shit, this is what makes these moments memorable. Because you know what I do know? I don't think he showed up to the San Jose show. I don't think he showed up there. But he did show up to the San Francisco show on Sunday. Saturday night show, he probably wasn't there for that one. The Monday night show in Sacramento, he might not have been there for that one. But he did show up to my show on Sunday night. And I was happy for that. That was fun. That was fun for me. I get to call my friend and say, hey, I saw your boss. Why y'all let your boss go out there and get booed? What the fuck wrong with y'all? Y'all don't care nothing about him, do you? They don't give a fuck. They looking at their stock prices. Like, what did he say this time? God damn it. Shut up! Look, you can tell a billionaire to shut up, but look, you accept the consequences of your free speech. He might tell you to shut up too. And go home and not have a house. The whole thing could be moved. This would be an empty lot, like, fuck is my house? Look, money gets shit done. And I'm not hating on nobody because they got it. I'm trying to figure out how to get to that level of some of it myself. So if they willing to spend 10 minutes in a room with my broke ass, I do want to listen to what the fuck they got to say. I really would like to catch some game. I really would. And I didn't get that opportunity because these goofballs was fucking booing and shit. Yeah, my food good. It's okay. That's what microwaves are for, D-Remedy. That's what the microwaves are for. And I was only going to snack on it anyway. Right? Now, that was the show. That was fun. I like seeing him show up. It was a complete surprise. Nothing you could have expected. Nothing you could have expected. Could I have afforded that if they were going to say, hey, Elon Musk is showing up? Fuck no! How much the tickets would have been? Hell no! You would have, motherfucker. I wouldn't have had a seat outside the venue. But it was cool. The show was good, and that didn't ruin the show for him. It happened at the end. Now, because of that fighting situation, they had to stay on the stage longer, and that's why they didn't leave. Since everybody was wondering, why was he up there for so long? He looked awkward. They looked awkward because they couldn't leave. If you have to walk through the crowd from the stage to get to the backstage area, and near that backstage area, people is fighting in the security and shit, well, you're not getting off the goddamn stage. It's a security risk. You got the richest man in the world gonna walk through the throng of people while goofballs is up there fighting? Are you out of your goddamn mind? Look, Dave Chappelle was making a whole joke about the fact that when that dude on the stage at the Hollywood Bowl and tackled him, he was making a whole joke about his head of security and how it was a bad idea to have a head of security wearing dress shoes. Travis. He made a whole joke about that shit, that you should have on some tennis shoes, nigga, so you can get busy. Because they look stupid trying to run out there on stage and slide all over the fucking place. I said, yeah. You didn't have no high-tech boots on? What the fuck? You security. You got to be ready to stop a motherfucking grill. Oh, well. Live and learn. You know, situation to teach you. Right? So, no, that's why they were on the stage for so long, because they couldn't leave. They couldn't leave the stage. Stage is in the middle. The action was happening down on the ground. You ain't going down there with a fighting going on. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're a billionaire. He don't fight people. You got security that'll mow down that whole crowd. What are you talking about? Nah, it's a security risk. Don't put him out there like that. No, stay your ass on the stage. Ain't nobody coming that direction. So that's what it is. But it was a fun show. I like seeing him. I thought it was, entertaining. It was entertaining to see him come out there because I didn't believe that shit. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, I was thinking like everybody else. What the fuck is he doing here? But it was it was fun. So y'all talking about Egyptian cotton mad thread count. What the fuck is y'all talking about? So you're talking about you want to hear the crunch. You gotta get close. We try to echo sign. Queen of Elon's boots got you a stock tip to make 10 million, which you use canvas Egyptian cotton. Goddamn right, Egyptian cotton and my shirt, nigga. Mad thread count. You goddamn right. Goddamn right. I'd buff the shit out of them shoes, nigga. And that's not because I'm like some slave ass nigga. It's just because I follow that samurai code. Whatever the fuck you're gonna do it to the best of your ability. So if my job is shining fucking shoes, cleaning boots, I'm gonna clean the motherfuckers like nobody else ever has. I will be the innovator of cleaning them fucking boots. But that's the mentality I take to everything I do. There is no low jobs, only low minds. Okay, that's just what it is. So yeah, give me a tip to make 10 million on the stock market. Thinking, what the really? What? You ain't gotta give. I ain't even gotta make 10 million. That motherfucker told me a tip that made me 50K in 6 months. I'd be on that shit and thank him for it. I'd tip him, but he don't need a tip from me. Shit. Fuck out of here. Prideful Lion is over here, so I'm gonna do it my best. Yeah, well, you can be prideful. It's okay, but you know what they say about pride. Cometh before fall. And I'll say cometh with a U in it. And the fall would bent on bent knees. So that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, you guys. I need to get back on this clock and eat some of this chicken, baby. Eat some of this chicken. But appreciate you guys coming through today. That was my opinion on it since I was there at the show and got to see the stuff. I thought it would be more interesting if I gave my take on it than making a bunch of speculations on some shit I wasn't there for and didn't see personally. So that's my account of it. So like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. And I will see you guys next time when I will probably be talking about some geek stuff. Because as Charles is in the chat, there were some things to talk about yesterday in my geekdom. So I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. I hate it when it don't give me a clean outro. I hate it not clean outro when it delays. Hold on, y'all. There we go. I'm rich, bitch.